So yeah, just got home from school. Isn't it great? Isn't it grand? Isn't it? Okay, I swear I get weirder and weirder each video. Hello! So, hi, I'm Mia. It's been a long time. So, I've completely forgotten about my Disney audition. It's been probably 2.5 years ago maybe, but people still ask me about it all the time. In the past week, 2 or 3 people have been like, oh, hey, what happened with Disney? And I figured it's about time I probably put that video out. I'm 3 years late, but it's cool, I guess. This is what happened. I remember I edited the video and the whole thing erased. I don't like technology sometimes and it frustrated me, so I was like, I'm not editing this. This is a time machine. The video you're about to see in a second explaining how my callback went was made summer 2012. My Disney audition / callback was actually in 2011, if that makes sense, but it'll all make sense in a second, I think. Hopefully. So without further ado, here is my Disney callback experience. So it is recording. So I'm going to talk to you about the Disney Channel audition. It was last year. Oh my god, I can't believe it was last year. It's 2012, guys. It was July 9th, 2011. It was in Richmond, in Virginia, and it was a good experience. It was a really good experience, actually. I didn't get to film callbacks, obviously, but I'm going to talk about it. I feel like my head's really low. Maybe that's just me. Before I start, I'm going to first answer all the questions that were on that video that people commented and kept asking me, and still are asking me to this day on Twitter and on my YouTube. So I'm going to answer those. I made a list. It's the top 5 questions. What show did you try out for? I didn't try out for a show. It was actually a search for talent. It was an open casting call, which is when you go to an audition and they make you kind of read something from a show. If they do like you, then they will fly you out to LA and they'll give you auditions for actual shows and movies out there. But this is just a search for talent. 2. How did you get the audition? I do not have an agent. Actually, one of my really good YouTube friends, Kristen, she's from I'm Only Kristen on YouTube. She is the sweetest person ever. She's so sweet and so nice. She had been watching the Disney website for a while because every year they have annual auditions, so you guys should look out too. I can leave a link in the down bar, but I gotta remember. She saw that it was in Virginia. She messaged me. She was like, look at this website. It's legitimate auditions for Disney Channel. They're coming to your state. You should try out. So I'm so blessed to have a friend like her. She's just really sweet and I love her and I thank her for that a lot. She's amazing. 3. How did you find out about it? Wait, I answered that already. 4. So did you get the part? I think what got confused here and how people thought I was auditioning for a part or for a show is that at the end of that Disney audition video, it was a clip of me practicing my callback piece that I was going to do the next day at Callbacks. It was from Good Luck Charlie. I wasn't auditioning for Good Luck Charlie, but I was playing the part of Teddy. But it was just to showcase my talent. It wasn't for the part or for a part. 5. Did everyone have the same monologue? For the first set of auditions, yes. For callbacks, no. They had different characters. I think there was 4 different scripts. 4 different scripts. And the casting director I had, she chose for me, and she chose for me to do the Teddy part from Good Luck Charlie. So yeah, those are all those questions. And of course, the last question of all, of course, how did callbacks go? This is a touchy subject, kind of. Is this recording still? Because I'll cry. I don't expect my first audition to go amazing. I didn't expect it to be oh my gosh, it's a miracle. First audition, first part, first big break ever. I know it's gonna be a lot of auditions before I ever get a big break if I do, but it's always that first kind of heartbreak, and I'm glad I'm thankful for everything that happened. It was a really good experience. I will tell you right now. So the next day I go back up, I get up early again and we go back out to Richmond. It was so nerve-wracking. There is a hotel room. It's literally a suite. I go up with my mom and it's at the very top floor, and they have a row of chairs and then the door to the suite. I don't know if you guys know. I didn't know who it was until Kristen told me about it, but Judy Taylor, she's this amazing, well-known Disney casting director. She casted High School Musical, and Kristen was telling me about her because I talked to her the day after I got home from the first audition, And I go to callbacks the next day, and I didn't think, but next thing you know, it was the scariest thing ever. We're sitting in the row of chairs waiting to go in the room, and all of a sudden, it's Judy Taylor, and she's walking down the hotel hallway, and I'm just like, oh my god. Like, she's like casting her. She probably like shook Zac Efron's hand. Like, I love this lady already, and she's walking in the hallway, and I'm just like, whoa. She had all these people behind her, and they're like getting ready, and she's like, hi guys, how are you? And I'm just like, oh, scared, how are you? And then she went in the room. Basically, there's a guy who told us what to do. He's like, you'll go in the room, they'll ask you a few questions, you'll slate, which is when you say your name, and then you do your audition, and they might ask you a few questions afterward, and they might ask you to sing. Now, keep in mind, I sing now, and you really keep this in mind, this comes into play later in the video. I sing now, but honestly, a year ago, I wouldn't sing anywhere. I'm in drama, and I did musicals, but I would sing in groups, but I would be afraid to sing like in front of my parents, in front of my friends. Like, I wouldn't go around singing. Like, I didn't like singing in front of people. I just didn't like it. I was nervous. Like, I was just really intimidated. We're waiting. The first girl goes in, and you can hear through the hotel door, like, this girl is like 7. She's like singing her tail off, and I'm like, oh my gosh, she's amazing. Next girl goes in. All of a sudden, you hear her start to sing. She was even more amazing than the first girl. I was like already like, I felt defeated. I don't know, I knew my lines and everything though. My mom's like, don't doubt yourself. She's like, they may not be looking for singers. She's like, you know, you can act. Just do your best. Like, that's all you can bring to the table. And they might like that better than those girls. She's like, you never know. And the people after you, you just never know. And I was just like, okay. So it's my turn. I walk in the room, and it's Judy Taylor and her assistant, and there's a video camera, and it's recording, and I'm like, oh, shiitake. So, and I knew my lines. I keep saying that. The day before, they're like, you can have your scripts tomorrow, but we highly suggest you learn it. But I was reading somewhere online that at auditions, they don't care if you have the lines as long as you bring the character, and I knew I had the character down. So I was like, I bring my lines just in case I forget. I practiced all night, and I knew them, and in the car I knew them, but I'm stupid, and I brought my script in. So I start my lines, and just out of nerves, I look down at one line, and I'm just like, blah, 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 blah. And then the assistant says the line, because it's like a scene. It's not just a monologue, it's like a scene going back and forth between two people. So she reads the other girl's line, and I look down at it just to get a glimpse, and I like say my line again, and like it becomes a habit out of nervousness. Like, I knew the lines, but I keep looking down. I'm just like, blah, 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 blah. So it looks like I didn't know them. I was like looking down, and I feel like that kind of got in the way and just like blocked. I don't know. I just shouldn't have looked down, but I did. And I like, once I did it once, I just couldn't stop doing it. Maybe they enjoyed the character still. I don't know. So that's done. So Judy Taylor's really nice. She's asking me some questions. And then she was like, well, so I heard you sing. She's like, can you sing a song? And I'm like, see, I sing. And I was like, but I just started singing, so I'm not as good. I should have just freaking sang. But I was like, I just started though, so I'm not that great. I'm like, but I'm working on it, and I made this chorus group, so I'm going to get some training this year. And she was like, that's fine. I was like, but I can sing still. I was like, do you want me to sing a song? I had a song prepared. She was like, no. She was like, no, it's fine. I was like, are you sure? And she's like, yeah. And I was like, okay. And then she was nice, and the audition was over. I just felt like I could have done so much better. I know I could have done better. And it just, like, it killed me. Like, I was just like, and I know, like, a lot of athletes know. This is what my brother was telling me. He was like, Mia, do you know I have to go through this, like, every one of my games? If you do something, like, one thing wrong in the game, you, like, lose a point or the team scores, you think about that for so long. And he's like, but you have to get past it because there's other games. And I'm just, like, sitting there, and I'm just like, this is, like, my first audition. Boom. That's all I could think about for, like, the next, like, month. And even a month after that, I could have done so much better. Like, I could have done better. I don't know what to call him, assistant, I guess. When we were waiting, he was telling us, I had the numbers written somewhere. There was a total of, and it may even be more, but I know there was at least 1,700 people there. Only 60 people got callbacks. I was really excited. I was like, wow, that makes me feel like really good. He's like, this is not like elimination. He's like, all 60 of you can get called out to LA. He's like, maybe they only take 10, but all of you guys could go. He's like, they can take all of you. There's no like set limit. They said up to like 6 or 7 months. It's probably been around that time. I watched, if you go online, Selena Gomez did the same thing. This is how Selena Gomez got found. And she read for Judy Taylor like 2004. She got called out to LA like a week later. And after a week, I was like, okay, they don't want me. They said up to 6 months. But I mean, I think if they would have wanted me, they would have called me by now. So I'm pretty sure, I mean, nothing's going to happen. But you know, maybe Disney's not meant for me. Like, maybe I'll be on Nickelodeon, or maybe I'll be on Lifetime, or maybe I don't be on an MTV show. Maybe I'll be in movies, like, I don't know. Maybe I won't. I don't know where life will take me, but I guess it wasn't meant to be. I hope I didn't let any of you guys down. Like, I don't know. All I gotta say is maybe it just wasn't meant to be. There will be other opportunities. I've pretty much gotten over it, but sometimes I like don't like thinking about it because I'm just like, I know I could have done better. And it is hard, but it's all right. Going strong, yeah. So, yeah. You guys are awesome. I miss YouTube. I don't know if I'll have that much time. What? No! And just know I love you guys. I love my YouTube fans. And you'll always, always, always be a part of me. I mean, I'll always like pop in and make videos. Even during college, don't be scared. You will start to see the videos dwindle down, sadly, but I'll always be here. If anyone needs to talk to me ever, right here. I love you guys. Thanks for listening to my story, and peace out, Girl Scout. Woo, party 2012. Okay, bye guys. How do you shut this off?